fuel sensor of GreenArk. This is the sensor and this is its power supply unit. The power supply unit has 3 cables outgoing. The leftmost is the power supply. The grey color is the RS485, and then additional cable which is going straight with the RS485 cable is the PFC of DG on status. This is an PFC input which is taken from DG panel to detect DG on condition of the DG set. And this in this RS485 cable, it has one Molex 6-pin connector, which has 6 signals in it. The second row of the signal is the RS485. The yellow colored cable is the RS485A signal, and the green is RS485B signal, and another 4 are unused. This comes when you take a part with RS485 to RF converter of GreenArk, which we typically called as WMG module. So as a part of fuel sensor RS485, the second row of the cable, yellow and green, are the RS485 cables which are need to be read on a RS485 bus. Now I am connecting back. Okay. Now coming back to power supply unit, this 12 volts power supply of the fuel sensor is powered by DG battery, positive and the negative terminals. It takes power supply from the DG battery. Now when we come on to, this is the end of this fuel sensor power supply unit. Now we switch on to the fuel sensor part. This fuel sensor has an adjustable flange which slides vertically up and down on the sensor. This flange is used to mount on a DG tank and adjust the height of the sensor easily and freely. This sets and hold firmly the fuel sensor so that it doesn't get disturbed from its height of measurement. The main caution which is to be taken during installation of fuel sensor is these vent holes. These vent holes should not be covered or should not be inside the tank at any cost. If these are covered or it is inside the tank, then you will be getting the fuel sensor's abrupt values. Like this is the unused state. This is the correct method. Or in a worst case, it is not available. So this is the last end where you can set the flange. This is not recommended. So the highest range of the flange is below the vent holes. Now I am going to install this fuel sensor into the tank. Okay. Now these flange can be set with a 6-hole installation. Now again, the one more point, the important point is when you are installing the fuel sensor, the cap should be at 2 mm distance from the depth, from the lower wall of the DG tank. It should not be touching the lower tank of this the lower base of the DG tank, because the fuel gets inlet from here. If this is got immersed, the fuel inlet will be restricted, through which we cannot get the fuel level details. So at least a part of 2 mm need to be maintained. Now I am immersing the fuel sensor into the DG tank. Now this is the tank where I am installing it. Now it goes first firmly, slide it and make up. Now this is the last end, and I am releasing this flange. Now what I will do, since the 2 mm gap is need to be maintained from the base of the DG tank, just I make a mark with the pen over it like this, and I'll fix it my flange to that height, which is slidable. Now I remove it, and my mark is there. My mark, and this is of the mark where touching the base of the tank. Now I'll bring back 2 mm much more lower, so that I can maintain 2 mm of gap from the base. From the mark 2 mm, now I fix it. Now this is now this doesn't move. Now I'll fix back the fuel sensor into the tank on the flange.